Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I am Shekhar Gupta in Delhi's Apollo Hospital's radiotherapy department. And my guest this week, well, let me tell you this. If the fight against cancer is one of the biggest challenges in medicine, my guest this week invented the latest weapon in that fight. Professor John Adler of Stanford University, welcome to Walk the Talk.
Thank you, Shekhar. It's very nice to be here. I hope I can walk the talk.
Well, you've done in your business, you are the inventor of cyber knife, which I believe is not a knife.
No, it's a metaphorical knife.
Right.
And I mean, the point is that modern technology has allowed us to get every bit more precise and every bit more aggressive. And I think it has now crossed a threshold where we can really achieve a surgical-like outcome, and that's why we call it a knife.
Right. But it's actually something that directs radiation in a very precise manner, as if it was a very fine-tipped knife.
Exactly. I mean, the radiation is deposited so accurately and from so many different angles, you can concentrate the radiation in a way that was never possible before. And I kind of liken it to like a magnifying glass. You take the sun's energy is not so strong by itself, but if you take all the sun's energy and you converge to a common point, you can really kind of burn something, start a fire. In this case, we can start a fire and kill a tumor.
Right. But you're a good marketing person to have found this name. If you'd call it Sumtron, with, you know, some name with 9 consonants and 11 vowels.
Yeah, well, actually, the first name was Neurotron. So we called it the Neurotron 1000. But I didn't like that idea, and it's important for me that conceptually I get across the idea that this is knife-like, that it has the effectiveness of surgery, it has the precision of surgery. And in most people's minds, surgery means something. Right. And it implies both a physical force that is aggressive and achieves its outcome.
But effectively, it's a tool that bypasses both chemotherapy and surgery.
Yeah, it lives its own space. I mean, at this point, I think the world is divided unrealistically all our treatments into radiation treatments, standard radiation treatments, or surgery. And here what we've done is we're blending the two worlds. And in the process, I think we achieved something special. So it has the virtue of being non-invasive like radiotherapy, but it also has the virtues of being very effective like surgery.
And minimizing the collateral damage, if I may use that.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty special in that.
Because radiotherapy burns a lot of good tissue as well.
Yeah, people end up with heads that look like yours when they get done, and mine. But no, it is, it's amazing. You will get done with the procedure, you can ride your bicycle home. And in fact, I've had several patients do exactly that. Ride their bicycle to their procedure, have their brain tumor killed, then ride their bicycle home.
So, I know it's your baby, but tell me how big a breakthrough it's been in treatment of certain kinds of cancer tumors.
Well, it is more of an evolutionary process than some of this implies. I mean, the ideas are founded on top of something called stereotactic radiosurgery and the gamma knife, invented by my guru, Lars Leksell.
In Stockholm.
In Stockholm, yeah. He's a very famous Swedish neurosurgeon, one of the great men of the 20th century. And many of these principles come from him. But what he did was give us a technology with a frame screwed in the skull to treat brain tumors. And when I studied with him, I reasoned that, well, it works well in the brain, but shouldn't this work well in the rest of the body? And that was the framework, the intellectual framework for which I developed.
You, after you finished at Harvard, went to Stockholm to work with Lars Leksell.
Exactly.
What took you to Stockholm then? Were you focused on this field?
No, I wanted to have a good time. So I figured I'd spend too much time in
I thought Sweden was a bit boring for a young graduate.
It seemed like an adventurous place to be for a year. Right. And so I went to Sweden, and I assumed that I would find some academic work, but really for me it was important to kind of get out of Harvard, get out of Boston, and spend a year abroad. And the best thing I went there was with no specific idea in mind.
And